Hi, my name is Shang Xin. I'm the Technical Partner Manager at VMware. I'm here today to talk to you about vRealize Network Insight, or vRNI, and also using that tool to do a virtual network assessment, or VNA, to help you sell more of NSX. So here we have the end-to-end NSX story here, starting from the high level here with software-defined data center. If you're familiar with our NSX use case, NSX has three different use cases here. Just to summarize, we have security with microsegmentation, utilizing distributed firewalls to protect your east-west traffic. We also have automation, being able to allow IT to automate IT, to provide IT as a service. And then finally, application continuity to provide application anywhere in disaster recovery. And now with vRealize Network Insight, we're able to provide you with operational visibility, control, and compliance around the virtual network. So what's in it for you as a partner? Well, vRealize Network Insight, or vRNI, can help you increase the deal size for NSX. It is a separate component and add-on to NSX, so they would have to purchase that additional to NSX. vRNI can simplify deployments for NSX. One of these use cases is to actually do planning for microsegmentation. So it can actually make recommendations as far as what firewall policies, firewall rules that you can configure. And most of our customers who have deployed NSX are twice as likely to buy more of NSX once they get it into production. vRNI is also an emerging product, so it's got the same multiplier, same as NSX at 30% gross margin. With vRNI, we're here to use that to increase and or close deals with NSX. Columbia Sportswear is a great reference for us. They are using NSX along with vRNI. A health insurance company, before the assessment, they were looking for 50 CPUs NSX. After the assessment, the CIO presentation, they decided to increase by 5-folds with 250 CPU licenses of NSX. Lastly, we also have another customer looking at virtualizing one single data center, and after the proof of concept with vRNI, they really saw the need and the security security features that it provided, and some of the monitoring and health checks that it does. They realized they wanted to double the size of the deal to 2 data centers. Now there are 3 use cases to vRNI. The first use case, as I mentioned, is really planning for microsegmentation. It will help in recommending the distributed firewall rules and model the actual security groups. The second use case is around the visibility and analytics. Today, we have a problem where there's no easy way to see across silos across the different virtual and physical networks today. So what vRNI provides is a 360-degree visibility and analytics into both the virtual and physical network and showing the actual data flow. We also have, lastly, providing best practices of the configuration for NSX deployment. We'll also do some health monitoring as well as availability, making sure that you're managing and complying to the best practices of setting up a NSX environment. The east-west traffic analysis that we see here, most of our customers are seeing greater than 80% of that traffic remains within the data center. So this example of 94% is not uncommon. And this is where we're seeing a lot of data breaches with some of our customers. So they are protecting security at the network perimeter. However, once the perimeter is breached, lateral movement, the east-west traffic of the attack becomes very easy without using microsegmentation. So providing this metric, we're able to then motivate, encourage the customers to secure their east-west west traffic and secure the network within. The east-west traffic also, it's very hard to send through physical firewalls, right? So there's a lot of routing and hairpinning issues, capacity and bandwidth issues as well. So certainly virtualizing the network can help with that. Another thing that it provides you is this nice chart of seeing, where the data is actually flowing, the actual traffic is going. In this case, vRNI discovers and connects with the vCenter and is able to grab all the NSX constructs as far as your folders and clusters and VLANs, and is able to, in this case, show you some of the VLAN, VXLAN traffic. And based on some automated security groupings, it's able to then distribute some of those characteristics. Once it has that data, it also recommends, again, as I mentioned, some of the microsegmentation firewall rules to allow you to implement the zero trust model that Forrester have recommended. You can also take this data and export it as CSV as well. So this is a great way if you have a customer with a very complex environment with thousands of VMs. Using this particular model, it helps you to understand the communication patterns between them. It helps you in planning to create those security groups and those distributed firewall rules that you'll need. Another big feature of vRNI that a lot of our customers really love is this data flow, this actual data path across overlay and underlay. It shows the VM to VM traffic, VM to physical traffic. In this case, we also do interact with some of the third-party vendors as well. So in this case, if you have Palo Alto Network for some of your next-gen firewall, we actually will show that. So there are certainly a lot of these service chaining being able to show that here. Now, lastly, with vRNI, it also does a best practices check and a kind of a health check against validating the configuration, validating the environment, make sure that you don't have any inconsistencies or issues across these, making sure that you have high availability, etc., within your NSX configuration. So those were the three use cases for vRNI, vRealize Network Insight. So typically with a customer, we like to do the assessment first using the vRNI tool to demonstrate to them, to show them the actual east-west traffic and motivate them, encourage them to take a look at microsegmenting their network traffic. And then they would deploy NSX with using some of those best practices, using some of those modeling plans of security groups and firewall rules. And then finally, in production, certainly using vRNI to monitor and actually purchase the product vRNI after the assessment along with NSX. vRNI or vRealize Network Insight have had much industry recognition in the past few years here. You'll notice that it's won Best of VMworld 2015. Even earlier this year in 2016, Gartner named it the cool vendor of enterprise networking. So it certainly has its fair share of awards. So as a partner, who can sell vRealize Network Insight? So every single partner can sell the actual product itself. However, to use the vRealize Network Insight to do the virtual network assessment, today it is only available for elite NSX partners, but we are looking to open that up in 2017. The sales engineer, the SE that's going to implement this, will need to have a VCIX implementation in network virtualization certification, or someone who has completed the Ninja Bootcamp and have completed their VCP in network virtualization certification. Now, the difference between the actual assessment tool versus the product, the assessment tool will only take a look at your east-west traffic. It only shows you some of the recommendations and reporting of that, but it does not give you the 360 view as well as some of the best practices of running NSXs. The customers do not have NSX when you do the assessment. So this is kind of generating interest, generating that risk assessment so that customers can look at this and realize that NSX is truly an important solution that they need to have. So who do we want to target? We want to target customers that have vSphere 5.5 Update 2 or 6.0 or higher, and also that has distributed switch turned on or enabled. So that is for customers with Enterprise Plus, or if you have vSAN or virtual SAN, that will also include distributed switch in their environment. Customers who are interested in security, right, protecting their east-west traffic, protecting their applications, their data center, their network. And as far as recommended customers, with the number of hosts, we're looking for a little bit bigger here with 10 plus hosts and 200 plus VMs that probably have a little bit more unsegmented traffic there. So with this NSX assessment, it is available. There's more information, our Partner Central. If you go to vmware.com/partners and log in with your partner login, you will see a quick start guide. You'll have access to sample report and some FAQ documents there. So we'll use this assessment to go ahead and deploy the product onto the customer's network and then be able to connect to their vCenter and analyze their east-west and routers versus switching traffic and generate that report to show and discuss with the customers what that looks like. So they'll go ahead and use this to validate and to be able to then prove to their business units or to prove to their executives and champion it to, again, kind of show them the need and actually purchase NSX to actually implement some of that security. As far as the comparison, the vRealize Network Insight, it is CPU-based. Log Insight is another log analytics tool that has content packs available for NSX. And then we also have another third tool that we are actually going to be end of service soon, or end of sales soon, in vRealize operations with NSX Management Pack that is going to be replaced by vRealize Network Insight. So that is going away at the end of this year. So thank you for your time. I hope that gives you a quick rundown, high-level overview of what vRNI, the product is, versus what virtual network assessment utilizing that product is. Thank you.